Creatures of the night, let's talk about Ring of Honor Global Wars Mexico. This was filmed last week when AEW was over in Mexico, over in Arena, Mexico, doing their crossover show with CMLL. So we have a couple of matches that were filmed for the show. Starting off with our tag team action, we had the ladies in action. We had Thunder Rosa teaming up with Persephone to go against Athena and Red Velvet. These past couple of weeks, we've been seeing a couple of things playing out with Athena and Thunder Rosa. And I've been seeing a lot of people saying, oh, let's put Thunder Rosa and Athena together to have their match at All In. And honestly, I just don't understand why people would even think that, with the Ring of Honor pay-per-view being the night before. Like, who is going to pay to have a subscription for Ring of Honor and even buy tickets to be over there to not see Athena put her title at the line on Ring of Honor pay-per-view, which doesn't make sense. So, you know, we have the tag team action here. I really, really love Thunder Rosa and Persephone together. I think they really complement each other in the ring. Persephone ring gear is just so fucking sexy to me. Like, she looks amazing. Absolutely love her. However, things do feel a little bit weird in terms of Red Velvet joining Athena. I can understand that they didn't use Billy Starks because things been a little rocky with Athena and Billy Starks. But I don't know if you guys remember, a few months ago, it was Diamante that was joining Athena to be like her heavy or something, and they went nowhere with that. So I thought that would have been a great opportunity to bring Diamante, who obviously isn't doing anything, to be there, and unfortunately it doesn't go that route. Now, this matchup, I thought it was great. I did prefer seeing Thunder Rosa and Persephone together. And during this match, typically the CMLL ring mat have their logos on it or whatever, so it looks regular. But tonight, there was no logos on it. And I kept thinking, like, what size is this ring? Whatever the situation was, Red Velvet, baby girl, I love you, but you had trouble. There was trouble with her in the ring tonight, which made me wonder, like, what size the ring was. I was wondering if it's bigger than what AEW used, but I looked it up and it says 20 by 20 like AEW. And to be honest, it does look bigger. Whatever the situation was, Red Velvet was not 100% in this match. And that definitely didn't help because they end up taking the L. So Athena did not get pinned. Red Velvet ends up getting pinned, which is okay with me. And that keeps things going in terms of Athena and Thunder Rosa. They end up announcing right after that it's going to be Thunder Rosa versus Athena at the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view. I am okay with this. I don't have a problem with this at all. The only thing is that Red Velvet getting involved, I don't know. I just hate that things are being announced last second for this pay-per-view. And trust me, we still have more things being announced for this pay-per-view. After this, we have the Ring of Honor World TV title Proving Grounds match. It was Teton going against Nick Wayne. All Teton has to do is last the 10 minutes, or he can pin or have the champion tap, and then he'll win an opportunity to go for the TV title. This was a really, really great match. Teton has had a match with Nick Wayne during the Best of Super Juniors tournament last month. And what ended up happening was that the match that they had during the tournament, Nick Wayne needed to win that match in order to advance in the tournament. And if he lost, then he wasn't going to be able to advance. And Teton beat him in that match. So this is kind of a, all right, you beat me before, you won't do it again type of situation. So the match was really great. I thought they had great chemistry with each other. Seeing them in the ring again brought back those memories from the Best of Super Juniors tournament that they recently did. And I should have watched the match back before I did this review, because I'm watching the match and Ian Riccaboni commentary said there's 5 minutes left in this match. I was like, all right, half the match done went by. Let's see if Teton gonna do it. And I swear to everything, it felt like a good 2 minutes went by, maybe even 3. I'll just give it 3 just to be nice. And all of a sudden the bell rung for the time limit draw. And I was like, wait a minute, didn't they just say that there was literally just 5 more minutes left of the match. I thought that was very strange. I think I should go back and just time it my damn self to see if it really was 10 minutes. Now, here's the thing. Teton and everybody in the arena, they booed when Teton essentially won. So I don't know, I don't think they explained to anybody that if Teton lasts, he actually wins an opportunity to go for the title. So everybody's booing. Teton seems to be angry, and I'm just like, wait a minute. This is a Proving Grounds match. You actually won by making it through the time limit draw. So the reaction was extremely awkward. And I just like, I don't think they explained this to anyone. I don't know what the situation was. I didn't really like that part. I think if they explained it, then people would have actually cheered about Teton winning because they were booing Nick Wayne throughout the match. And even Teton just didn't even look like he was happy about the situation. I don't know what the hell that was about, but whatever. He won. Maybe that match will be going on at the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view. We'll see. Now, I was tired as hell when this came on, so I was like, okay, they're gonna give the world title match, which was Bandito versus Mascara Dorada at the main event for the show. So I'll just take a little granny nap after that. No, that shit came on next. And I was like, holy shit, like, why would they put this on next? I talked about this last week for the Thursday episode that they had in CMLL. So this match happened last week, and they ended up putting it on the taping for this show tonight. So I've already talked about it. This was a really great matchup, and actually the best match out of all the matches that we have on this particular show. Honestly, I understand why they put it, but they end up putting it before what's the main event. The main event is supposed to be Blue Panther versus Lee Moriarty. I'm sorry to say this. These two guys here, I love Lee Moriarty. Blue Panther, he alright. But this didn't scream main event. Like because I saw the match with Bandito and Mascara Dorada, I was like, okay, that right there should be main event based off what they did in that match. But it didn't go that route. So I wasn't too happy about that. So obviously, like I said, I talked about the match already. It's actually a banger, a real banger. I think that match, if no one's ever seen this match and you've been wondering, like, Bandito, like, why he has the Ring of Honor world title, this match absolutely proves it. Obviously, Bandito ends up retaining the title. Now, after this, Rocky Romero and Takeshita are backstage somewhere. I don't know where they're at. And Rocky is doing all the talking. And he said, Bandito, because of you, Takeshita did not win the gauntlet match on Dynamite. And since you got in his way for him to get his hands on being in the gauntlet match to going for the world title, he's going to go for your world title at Supercard of Honor. Then Takeshita said a couple of words, and he's standing there and he looks good. He always looks good. Oh my God, Takeshita is amazing. I don't think anybody saw this coming. And I understand they took a little something that happened on Dynamite to make it into something for the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. It does feel random. It definitely feels last second. But this is a great opportunity for Takeshita to put on a banger with Bandito. I will say this. I don't see Takeshita winning because we do have in New Japan the G1 Climax tournament coming up. And I can't see him winning a world title for Ring of Honor and then being distracted with being in Japan for the tournament. I don't see any of that happening, but we'll talk about that at another time. Now, after this, we have Layla Gray trying to get Top Flight hyped up for their match with the Infantry, because apparently that match will determine the #1 contenders for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. And that will happen at the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view. So Sons of Texas, who don't do a damn thing for the past year, they had that damn title. They're just sitting pretty, not doing the damn thing as usual, while Top Flight Infantry gonna have to fight for that #1 spot. I'm cool with it. They could have just made it all fucking 3 teams. Like, fuck it. Like, who really cares? Like, just get the damn titles off of Sons of Texas. They're not doing a motherfucking thing. Now, main event, a non-title match, Lee Moriarty versus Blue Panther. Thank goodness it's non-title. While Blue Panther, I don't even know how old he is. I ain't gonna lie. He probably in his 60s. he still moves really well for his age, and the reason why I say I think he moves well for his age is because he spent his whole life being active. He spent his whole life doing this. So yes, you get older, yes, you get the aches and pains, but this is like one of those things where it's like my body, my mind is used to being this. So even as I get older, I'm still able to do this. Maybe not at the level as like 20 years ago or something, but still pretty good. And I know Lee Moriarty, you know, probably feeling like on top of the moon to be able to go against someone like Blue Panther. The match was great, but it was not better than what we saw in the world title match, the match before. So this is the reason why I was like, I didn't care for the order of it, because it was not going to be better. I knew for a fact it was not going to be better than the world title match right before that. Obviously, Blue Panther ends up taking the win, which honestly, I was like, I didn't even really react, because I was like, I saw this coming, but I didn't want it to be the case, because like I am so rooting for STP to just be booked so much better. Even with Lee Moriarty not having the title on the line, like he should have won. In my opinion, he should have won. Like, why the fuck not? He loses, then the infantry, Shane Taylor, they come out and they put the pause on fucking Blue Panther, and then here comes fucking shit, who came out? Blue Panther Jr. came out. Damn, a whole bunch of mass people came out. I can't remember everybody right now. And then Bryan Danielson, our GOAT, ends up coming out. I bought tickets to meet him, by the way, for All In. So I'm so excited. Oh my God. Anyway, he comes out there. And then all of a sudden he tells everybody to clear the way. So he can give Shane Taylor a Busaiku knee. When I see he did that Busaiku knee and he got right back up, I said, hold on, Danielson. That neck looked just fine to me. Just fine to me. So it was good to see him actually able to do something. I know it's a Busaiku knee. You don't have to really use your neck into it or whatever. But it was great to actually see him do something and not look like he's like a crippled old man or something full of injuries. So he did actually look good doing that. They didn't have to do all that to SCP. That was just something for everybody to go home happy with. I get it. But overall, a little unnecessary. And maybe I'm being biased because I'm just like STP, like we need a hell of a lot more for this group. So I don't know where things are going, but this apparently was a non-title match, but also they end up making it official for Blue Panther to go against Lee Moriarty since he won a non-title match. We could have done better. We could have done better, especially since they've had that partnership with CMLL on Ring of Honor these past few months. They could have gone the route with picking anyone else over there. Blue Panther, this ain't got nothing to do with your age or whatever. I'm just not feeling you being the one to go against Lee Moriarty for the title. I think we could have done better when it comes to having someone else being chosen to be in a match with Lee Moriarty. Matter of fact, I was saying during Collision that, hey, it would be cool to see Kyle O'Reilly go against Lee Moriarty for the pure title, but apparently I don't always get what I want in life. Anyway, that was Ring of Honor. So a couple of matches were announced, so at least we don't have zero like how we had this morning. So there's something going on there. But honestly, like I said, if I wasn't going to the show, I don't know how happy I would actually be about this card. Everything is falling into place, barely into place. Very last second. You guys, I will be posting a video this weekend of me fantasy booking the Super Card of Honor. I already have damn near a whole card, and I'm gonna go based off a couple of things that was already announced. So this weekend I'll be dropping that, and I think it'll sound a hell of a lot better than what we got going on for Super Card of Honor the night before All In, which is on Friday, July 11th. So go ahead and check that out. It is $9.99 for the Honor Club. You'll get a whole month and you get the pay-per-view in that price. You guys, I'll see you on the review for Collision.